How-to video as promised, requested by Paper Gators on Instagram. Wanted to know how and what's the best way to get this angle cut when you got 4 inches or 5 inches or 10 or 12, but this is a side profile. Usually this is standard in a truck box, but this is just a drawing, a sketch of what I've got, random numbers. 4 inch in the rear, 5 inch in the front. The floor depth is 9.5. Top we don't know yet, but we're worried about the cuts. So here's a markup. Again, the back, front, bottom, and the side profile. Always start with the bottom piece. The full width was 9.5 inches. That's the cut for the foundation, and I mount my front and rears on top of it. So this is what we do. We know we have 4 inches is the maximum from the floor to the bottom of the seat, and you're putting your speakers on the front, then you know you got 4 inches is your max that you can go here. All right. So what I did was marked and measured from the ground up, 4 inches to the outside edge, 5 inches to the outside edge, and made my mark. So there's the cut I have to make. But I have to consider 4 inches and 5 inches was the max from top to bottom, so I need to reduce 3/4 of an inch here, 3/4 of an inch here, because that's the thickness of my material that I'll have to go to here. See that? So you have to reduce that. So now this will actually be 3 1/4. This will actually be 4 1/4. I'll remark it. Okay, so that's what I did. 4 inch, took 3/4 off, made it 3 1/4. 5 inch, took 3/4 off, made it 4 1/4. So this is my actual cut I'll be making. This line here, not this one. That's the top of the box if you want to think about it this way. That's how it's going to be, like that. Like that. Now, take it over to the table saw. Now I have my angles that I need to cut, and I'll show you how to cut. So with the table saw, before I start messing with this, I make sure I'm unplugged because I'm going to be touching this blade a lot. And I'm just trying to eyeball it, lined up off my mark, got the piece sitting up against my fence, and trying to bring that pencil mark to match the degree, the pitch that I have there. And this may take several passes, but I take a little bit off each time. That way I know I get it right before I get to that pencil mark. I'll make passes on it, and that's how I'll find my angle, the degree that I'm on. Right now you see it's on 5. So let's try it, start making some passes. Okay, and you can see what I did. You don't have to cut the whole piece, you're just cutting enough and pulling it back, and if it's off a little bit, adjust your degree, adjust the pitch of the blade, and come over a little bit more each time before you get to that line. But I'm good at that 5 degree, and then once I get that, now I'm set. I'll do the same thing on this one, take it off, and then these will match, and then we'll start on the side piece. Okay, here we go, got it back in place. You see I've taken the pencil mark off both pieces, got them lined up. So now I have to do the same with this side piece. We'll cut it on the table saw as well, but there's a little trick on that one. I'll show you how I do that. Let's see. You can see that. Yeah, we're good. First, adjust you need a piece. This is what you're going to use, your guideline piece. It's a little bigger than this. Adjust your fence and your saw, make you a pass, and make that cut. So now you know this piece will fit right in there, no problem. Then get you some double face tape. I got it marked, and I got to take the line off. It's a scrap piece. This is the piece that I'm keeping. That's my side piece, front or back in the front. So I set this piece on this, taking that line off. And since there's not a lot of material once I get to cutting it, so I don't get it to rocking as I'm cutting through here, I'll just get a filler piece and just set in here loose. That way when I set everything together, I've got something solid when I go, and it won't rock on me because this side will have the material up under it and pass it all the way through. That's how I make that cut. There you have it. That's how I cut mine on every box that I do. Truck box, I got angles. That's how I do mine. If you don't have a table saw, you can use a circular saw, skill saw, do the same process. Jigsaw if you don't have any of that. Any gaps you may have or unevenness, you can get it light sanded, and glue and silicone to take care of the rest. But that's it. That's how I do my cuts. I hope that was helpful. You guys got any other questions on how I build my boxes or techniques? Just let me know. I'll see if I can help you out, shed some light on this stuff. As I always say, you gotta share the knowledge. No secrets over here. Appreciate you.